What's up, everyone, and Happy New Year. This is a new video for the DC Multiverse figures. I did my top 10 Marvel Legends in my last video, so this is my top 10 DC Multiverse. Tons of great figures. I think McFarlane made over the past year. Some were definitely nothing was perfect, I think, but there was some great unique sculpts, and McFarlane has definitely expanded on that since his first year. So and hopefully in 2022 we'll see some real great figures. Before I get into the list, I just wanted to show some recent figures I picked up. The armored Batman in the classic blue yellow colors. This isn't in my list, so I'm showing him now. But he's basically that same sculpt we got with the original release when he was just basically all black, but this one's got those blue and yellow paints. It's kind of light. It's a decent figure though. I don't know if you're into the Dark Knight Returns line, but this is an interesting one. And this was a double whammy for me, but I got that Swamp Thing plat just like everyone else, but thank God I got two and I got 1 and 1, so that's kind of cool. I kind of think of this as like a stone version. I might post a review on that later. It doesn't really matter. It's the same exact sculpt as Swamp Thing. It's just, unpainted. So I'm going to go and kick off the list. Okay, with that out of the way now, let's start with the top 10 list of DC Multiverse figures from McFarlane. Number 10 is the Batman Goggles Up version. This was a figure that was platinum released, and it's based off, Batman from the Justice League Snyder Cut film. And it's a great, beautiful looking figure. You got a great likeness to Ben Affleck in there. Just love seeing this version of this figure. He had a couple other ones that were like alright, but this was ultimately the best one. And the reason why he's at the bottom of the list is because he was a platinum version. This was obviously the version everyone wanted to get, and McFarlane made him the platinum, and I think that was kind of wrong. That's why I'm kind of happy he is going in the direction of the unpainted figures, because people don't want it and it's hard to get, or makes it easier to get if you want them. So I think that's kind of a step in the right direction. Flying in at number 9 is Bizarro. Now, reason why I picked Bizarro is because I'm a fan of the character. I'm not crazy about the whole design here, but I love the sculpt of it. And I think it was kind of like a transition from what they gave the other Superman. This was a bit more bulky. Just a beautiful looking sculpt on this figure, though. He had the teared cape. So, and he's got that very high and tight. So Bizarro, I don't know how to do hair like Superman. But this was a fun figure to get. At number 8 is Darkseid. This is based off, again, Justice League Snyder Cut. And I have to represent, got Darkseid here. But Darkseid was a great figure, I think. Not 100% perfect. I wasn't too much of a fan of this piece looking different from everything else. It wasn't metallic. And it's just kind of is what it is. And he had such a small role, but it's still a great figure. A great figure to get from McFarlane. Happy to see this actually get made. I never thought this would happen when that terrible Whedon cut came out. Coming in at number 7 is the Dr. Fate Platinum Edition. This is from Injustice 2, and this figure really was a great character to get. I love the light blue colors on him, and more than the regular release, which had the darker blue, which is still a good figure, but I just loved how the colors popped on this one. Number 6 is the John Stewart Green Lantern. Now, he is awesome. This was the first step McFarlane made to doing Green Lanterns, really. Obviously he did Dawnbreaker, I think, the year before. But now that we're getting into these, he did a repaint of Hal Jordan, so that's kind of getting reused. But he came with a cool Gatling gun, and he's got this armor attachments. You could take them on and off. I think it was really cool to have. And I think we're going to have the Blacklist Nightwave, and that's going to have some great figures. Atrocitus is coming. That's going to be sick. So, but Green Lantern here, great figure. I love the design on him. I would have picked Hal Jordan, but he was a repaint of him, and you know, you can't give a rip off the top 10 list, I think. At number 5 is probably McFarlane's tallest figure, and that is Swamp Thing. I just got this guy in, and man, I was just impressed about the height of him. You know, very, very tall figure. So much taller compared to all the other McFarlane figures. Really great figure. And then he had an arm attachment that would switch to like a blade. So this figure had so much detail. Now, the only thing that was on the downside about him was that his head could barely move, at least on this one. There's just not that much movement on here, so that's kind of knocked it a bit down. But still, man, this is an awesome detailed figure, and I'm hoping McFarlane's gonna keep continuing in these crazy directions. Coming in at number 4 is the side-eyed Lex Luthor. I'm a fan of the power suit. I love that green and purple. This was actually hard to decide because I wanted to put the other variant that came with the throne. That's an awesome thing that we got. But I still just love this color scheme here. So Lex Luthor here is number 4. Great figure. Didn't have too much really detailing in there, but still a fun figure to have. The top 3. Now here's number 3. Soups. Man, this is a awesome version of Henry Cavill's Superman. The red and blue suit, based from the Snyder Cut. Obviously, I love the black suit version, but the red and the blue, the metallic looking of it, I think this really made the definitive, movie version of Superman. And I have like so many of these from Mattel, the DC Films line, Superman. But this one I think was a great figure, and probably the best Superman that McFarlane has made. And who knows, we'll see if he can top himself next year with another Superman. But this was a great version of the character. Now, number 2, Steppenwolf. This figure, man. Oh man, just look at those eyes. If you can see, just that face, baby face right there. I love this figure. He's crazy in design. Really, I just love the scaling on the sides here, and just the pattern going in different directions. It's so awesome. And Snyder's vision was amazing, and I'm just happy McFarlane was able to catch it. And we got these little spikes here and there. I have seen some people customize it and make him even more shiny, and those even look even more amazing. So that's, I guess, the downside is McFarlane didn't apply enough paint on here to give that effect. But this is still, without a doubt, a great figure. I thought there was supposed to be an unarmored version of him coming out. I don't know if I'm going crazy here, but I thought there was supposed to be a version where he doesn't have the armor placed here, and that was another exclusive. I don't know if that got canceled or am I just losing it, but I think that would have been cool to see too. Well, if you haven't guessed my number 1 by now, shame on you, because it is obviously King Shark. Now, this figure had a lot of complications with its release, and very terrible from McFarlane. And I know it's kind of weird to give him number 1, but it's it's a shark, man shark, pretty sick figure. Build a figure at least was easy to get, but I love the shorts design. Just look at that guy. Yeah, I'm number 1. That's him. So that's my top 10 list of DC Multiverse figures from McFarlane. There's obviously so many more figures we're gonna see next year. Hopefully McFarlane's gonna keep continuing after that. We'll see. He's got Titan Joker coming out, Clayface, Killer Croc, Atrocitus. Those are going to be some big character names that are coming out next year, and hopefully we'll see some more crazy characters and some classic ones too, of course. So that is all I have for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that top 10 list. Put down in the comments what your top 10 was from McFarlane this year, or last year. So if you haven't already, hit the like button and hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and Make sure to check out my other videos and future contents to see other crazy things I'm going to talk about with toys.